So DaVinci Resolve 20 is free to download. The paid version of DaVinci Resolve Studio is also free. We'll probably eventually charge some kind of upgrade for this, but for the moment, we're still doing the DaVinci Resolve Studio upgrade free.
I recently made a video talking about that statement that Grant Petty made at NAB 2025, and all of you had some thoughts. Obviously, the comments covered a whole spectrum, but even though in that video, I did share the confirmation we had that nothing would change in this version of DaVinci Resolve, some people were still freaked out, I guess is the best word. Even going as far as saying like, the subscription we all fear is here. No. But I was surprised at the many people who were very sure that they saw directly from Blackmagic Design this promise of lifetime free upgrades for DaVinci Resolve Studio. This was surprising because I don't remember ever seeing that. Now, I am guilty of spreading that half rumor. A lot of the community became very comfortable with this pattern that had been set of Resolve offering these upgrades for free. And so other people in the community, and even myself, I'm sorry, shared that as a perk of a studio license. Several months ago, if not a year or more, I did have someone comment on a video where I said that, and they said, you know, actually, like this is not in the license, this is not something they've ever promised, and it was kind of like a, oh yeah, I guess they've never said that. Have they? But one person who commented on this last NAB video brought receipts. Or at least they thought they brought receipts, because they posted this list of times DaVinci Resolve and Blackmagic have specifically promised, in quotes, free updates for life, no subscriptions, no annual fees. Wow. And there are several examples on this list. Just one problem. This entire list is an AI hallucination. I went to the specific videos mentioned here. I went to the specific press releases. I looked at the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive, copies of the Blackmagic website. Nothing shared in this comment is true. And even though I repeatedly asked other commenters who had similar convictions about how clearly they remember seeing this on the Blackmagic website or seeing it on, the studio card that came with the speed editor or something else, I asked them if they could provide an example, and they couldn't. And given how we also have received clarification from Blackmagic that this is part of the actual license agreement when you buy and download Resolve Studio, I don't think you're going to find an example of this. Now, this does put us in a little bit of an even more complicated, cultural spot, but I want to talk really about the purpose of this video. It's an obvious, challenge, not like an antagonistic challenge with the community, but if you are someone who is positive that you have seen Blackmagic say, hey, get the studio version of Resolve and you will get free updates to every new major version for life, I and lots of other people would like to see that. And I'm going to start by doing a little bit of your homework for you. Here is a little master cut of every official presentation I could see from Blackmagic Design from the past several years when they've talked about new updates for Resolve. One, this is a cool little time capsule, but two, you can see the language that they use more often than not, is that they will announce a specific upgrade, and then they will announce that the price for that upgrade, if you buy it new, is either, $1,000 or $300, depending on where we are in the timeline, or that specific update is a free upgrade. And that's something they've had to announce every time because that's something they could have changed every time. Let's take a little walk down memory lane.
So DaVinci Resolve 19 is a big update. It's got a lot of new, really interesting things like this. It'll be fantastic to have some conversations with people. Now, the update will be free of charge. So we're going to post a public beta of DaVinci Resolve, and that should be released in the next few days. Now, DaVinci Resolve 18.5 will be available free of charge, and DaVinci Resolve 18.5 Studio will also be free update for people who own that. Now, the public beta is a public beta, and it'll be available later today for download. We'll also be showing it on the NAB booth. Now, DaVinci Resolve 18 will be a free update for all users. It's a public beta, so don't install it in the middle of a job. You will have to do a database upgrade after you install it because there's some database changes. So DaVinci Resolve 17, it's a big update. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make a public beta available today. You'll be able to download it once the website goes up. It'll be DaVinci Resolve 17 will be a free update for all DaVinci Resolve customers. We think it's the biggest update in the history of DaVinci. It's got a lot of really polished features. And I think this will really upgrade the work you do. It'll be really exciting. We also want to thank people who've upgraded to DaVinci Resolve Studio. That those upgrades pay for engineering. Obviously, so do sales of keyboards and, well, not that keyboard because we're giving it away for free, but sales of keyboards and audio consoles and color panels also help us pay for engineering, and that just makes DaVinci Resolve even better. So, also, it's worth mentioning we've been moving very fast now, and you can see that DaVinci is getting more and more features every year. Now, if you've purchased a studio version or one of our control panels or a Pocket Camera 4K or even an Ursa Mini, then you've helped us build that engineering team bigger, and we've been getting more revenue and getting a larger engineering team all the time. And that's why I think this version has got so much more in it, particularly the studio version. I mean, this is studio customers that are helping pay for DaVinci, but I love the fact that the free version is still very powerful. The cut page is in the free version. That gives you the ability to get going. Then if you can make money, hopefully, then you'll buy some stuff from us or the studio version and we'll make some money, and that's paying for that engineering team. So the paid customers will get, all the paid studio customers will get those studio features for free. It's a free upgrade for them. The cut page and a whole bunch of stuff is included in the free version as well. But we do appreciate the support. You can see the benefits. You can see how we've been able to have a bigger team and do a lot more. So we really hope that you enjoy some of these new features, and we really hope to have some great conversations at the show. So thanks. See you there. So DaVinci Resolve 15 is free. It's a public beta today. And a lot of this stuff will be in there. A couple of the advanced things won't, they'll be in the paid version, but the paid version's only $2.99, so it's not really very unaffordable, that's for sure. So the free version is going to be available today. It'll have audio in it.
Open. Have a great day and enjoy.
But the other thing we've done is the full DaVinci Resolve Studio with all the plugins and everything is being reduced in price to $2.99. So we have it's much more affordable. I think it'll help lower end people much more. And that'll be available today as well as a public beta. So that'll be good. The good news is DaVinci Resolve 12.5 is available today as a public beta. So you can download it now and try out some of these new features for yourself. Both the free DaVinci Resolve 12.5 and the paid version DaVinci Resolve Studio 12.5 are in public beta and can be downloaded. We will be releasing this update free of charge for all DaVinci Resolve users. And once again, we want to thank you for all your support. We have over 2 million users now, and the majority of feature films are completed on DaVinci Resolve. So we're very happy with that. We have lots of ideas for the future. So please remember to upgrade to the paid version if you're doing professional work, as that income pays for faster development.
In addition to that, we have upgraded DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve 12 now has over 80 new features. We've really increased the editing capability of Resolve in this release. It includes multicam editing support. We have new professional audio tools that allow us in the audio section to bring in third-party audio plugins. And also, we can round trip to Pro Tools now.
In September last year, Blackmagic Design actually made an acquisition for DaVinci Systems. DaVinci is the #1 color correction company in the industry. Traditionally thought as dealing with high-end post, so working with 2K film, 4K film, and also 3D, such as the films like Avatar. What we actually did was, over the last 8 months since acquiring DaVinci, we've actually been spending a lot of money and a lot of time on redeveloping it to work on the Mac platform.
Fantastic. You always have great things to show. I have to say, we were here last year and were blown away by the sheer amount of offerings.
Yeah, I think my theory is that as we get bigger, we should do more stuff. Otherwise, it's like people are going to go, well, what are you doing? Getting all fat and lazy. Come on, do more, So I've always kind of feel weird that if we don't do more as we get bigger, then we don't feel like we're pulling our weight. So we're kind of rushed. I mean, plus we've got so many ideas. We just want to go faster.
Right.
So I'm always thinking about, how can we do all these things simultaneously? Because there's so many things to do,
Now, I thought that was cool, just putting that together. Hopefully you do too, even if you are not invested in this current little drama about upgrade pricing. I might do something a little similar in the future, just with general, like Grant Petty interviews he's done. There's some cool stuff in there, but that's not what we're talking about here. Because the other big point I want to make in this video, because even if I am true that this promise is something that has never come from Blackmagic Design or DaVinci Resolve, free updates were sort of a status quo for long enough that did become an expectation. Plenty of people commented that, hey, if we just knew this was an option, a while ago, then maybe we would be more comfortable with this in the future. And to that, I say, maybe that's just what we got. We know nothing is changing for DaVinci Resolve 20. We don't know when this change, if it does come, when it will come. Maybe this is that advance warning you got now for for however that distant point when it will happen is. However you feel about that eventual pricing change, it is good we got this word from Grant Petty now. Obviously, the super regrettable thing is just how much this thought sort of like sank in and saturated in the community if it wasn't super the case. Again, obviously, I am now very sorry for the times I have said, hey, pay for Resolve Studio, you get free updates for life. But I want to be clear where I stand now that no, I don't think this is a slippery slope towards Adobe style subscription. We know how Grant Petty and Blackmagic feel about subscriptions. No, I don't think the free version of Resolve will ever stop being free. Grant Petty's also said that that free version of Resolve is like the crystallization of what Blackmagic Design believes as a company. And if you do buy a Resolve Studio license for a current version and whatever Blackmagic decides to give you as a free update, you will keep those versions of Resolve. And honestly, I think this model of incremental but paid upgrades for major software that is continuing development is close to the best option we have. This is specifically something I want to talk about more in the future. I think Final Cut Pro is kind of a cautionary tale for this lifetime licensing model. It's hard for companies to prioritize development on a product whose sales have slowed down considerably because most of the people who want the software already own it. Now, I do think there are major cultural differences between how Apple looks at Final Cut and how DaVinci Resolve is looked at by Blackmagic. But if the choice is between Resolve stagnating in development or moving towards a different model that provides more support but is still extremely pro-consumer, or at least not nearly as anti-consumer as an Adobe-style subscription, I'm open to that. But mostly I wanted more discussion here. I know this is something lots of people in the community are thinking about, and I wanted that more formal challenge of the community seeing if we can find any example where this promise has been made by Blackmagic Design. Also, I got called a shill for the first time in the comments. That's fun. I'm a YouTuber now. Now that I think about it, I do want to do sort of like another like mini supercut of Grant Petty specifically talking about his thoughts on subscriptions for creative software. Because he said some things. He's been pretty straightforward, and sometimes they get a little spicy. But that's all. Just sort of wanted to keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.